Hello there. Here is a quick video where I am going to finish a tag with some pieces that I made for Charla's birthday celebration. Charla is on Ink and Memories on Facebook. She has a group and she also has a YouTube channel. Her and two other people and two guest people, I believe, are having videos on YouTube. And you can either see my previous video or go see their videos. I will put their names in the description box, but I wanted to make two pieces. I wanted to make more than two, but I tend to take a long time, so I'm going to make two. You want to see what I made before? I made a belly band. The rules are teal, butterfly, and grunge. So I made these papers. If you want to see how I made them, you can go look at the other video. I think this time I'm going to try to use my napkin and put these all together. So feel free to speed through this and I will be right back. Okay, because this is a tag, I'm actually going to do the front and back of it. This is just an upcycled piece of container that came from either soda or some other sort of beverage. I painted a little bit of this folk art turquoise, which is the closest thing I have to teal. I also have other paints on hand. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a piece of Franken paper. And we'll start with the back instead of the front. I could do this off the tag and then cut it to the shape of the tag, but I tend to like a mess and the unpredictability of just slapping pieces of paper around. So I'm going to just do it right on the tag. And every time I do it, I promise not to overthink. And every time I do it, I overthink. So this one better go a little faster than the other one. One of my favorite things to do on YouTube is watch all the channels at 2x with closed captioned. I don't know why. I don't seem to have closed captioned on my channel yet. I guess I should look into that, but I'm not making any money. I'm just kind of having fun. So hopefully you are watching and you enjoy what I do and it brings you joy. Otherwise, why would I do it? I don't know. Maybe in the rock painting world, when I did a video or I did a live, I would always say, I'm going to do what I do here so you can see what not to do. So if for no other reason, you can see what not to do. Put that up a little higher. Just took that. And there's just a bunch of papers here. Some are just on paper. Some are scrapbook paper, papers that I got from Crafty Friends in swaps. A couple of them are actually from printables. Like this one came from Darcy's Mixed Media, and that is just printed on regular paper. That's what I have on hand, so that's what I tend to use the most. And these guys I made on my other video. These guys are just regular newspaper, believe it or not, that I put ink all over. Ink. I put, what do you call it? Paint. Thank you. Paint all over. All right, so almost done here. Fast like lightning. I have one little tiny section. Tiny. I think I do better when I have less options left than I do when I have more. All right, I'm gonna dry this and then flip it over and I'll be right back. Okay, before I go flipping, I'm actually going to take my hole punch because it does not like layers. And I am going to try to put a hole through here and then do it again later. There we go. Very good. That way it makes it just a little bit easier. All right, now let's have some fun on this side. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy on this side. I do want to have some exposed cardboard, but I want to have a lot of fun with it. So we'll see how the pages speak to me and where we land. I also know I'm going to put this bad boy on there. So it's a pretty big piece for such a small piece. But it'll all work out in the end. And if you haven't seen any of my videos or seen me post anything that I do, you'll know that I use about a glue stick every time. At least one glue stick every time I make something. Glue stick companies make a fortune off of me. All right, I'm getting a lot of white on this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dark, and I'm just going to darken this right now. I am going to grunge up the pieces in another way, but I just want to do that real quick on this. All right, I don't need to have all of the real estate covered, but I think just maybe a little more. This really didn't come out as teal as I wanted it to. Slap another piece of that down over it. That does not want to stick. This beautiful piece came from Darcy's Mixed Media. She makes a lot of free digital printables and puts them on Ko-Fi. I only have like a couple. I'm still trying to figure out what's what. All right, I'm going to leave this exposed, and I'm going to put that on there. All right, I think that's enough. I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to come back with my butterfly and my grunge, and I'll be right back. Okay, my favorite way to grunge is to take a color of glitter and smother it all over. I'm only going to do it on the piece of the tag where I have paper for right now, because I have something else that I do for the exposed piece of the cardboard there. All right, so I just brushed that on. It's going to look like dirty sand or just even black dirt. So I'm going to dry that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so what I like to do on the inside is I like to put glitter just on the inside at the lowest levels of the cardboard. I like to go in here. I have this really fun, chunky Folk Art Extreme glitter. It's got a little bit of tie-in of lavender. I think that'll go good with this. Just enough to give it a little sparkle. Do a little bit around this hole. I had an exposure over here I was thinking about, and I know I don't have any on the back, and I have to grunge that up too, so I will do that later. All right, so that is really pretty, but I like how it has that cut out there. I'm running out of room in my water for dirty brushes. All right, I'm gonna dry that real quick. All right, because I want this to look dirty, I'm gonna take just what's left on my dauber here and then just kind of make it a little bit darker. All right, now my butterfly blew away. So I have this huge butterfly here on very fragile napkin. So I'm gonna do my best to give it a cutout. I have half a mind to rip it. My biggest complaint about my other piece was that my butterfly was too shiny, and I really didn't like the way that it stood out. So I wanted to do something different for this piece. And I am not the world's best cutter, and the other layer of the napkin separated from it, which isn't optimal. You can hear the concentration in my voice. All right, now I'm gonna take it real quick and piece of paper. I'm gonna see if I can make the edges of it black to hide my cutting abilities. Kind of make the butterfly look a little rougher anyway. I can always go over it at the end. And I have some blobs, and that's okay. I have half a mind an idea to do something else with it. It's gonna lie really flat. So we'll see about that when we put it on. So we're gonna go about here, I think. I think I have an idea for maybe the body. All right, so stop sticking to my hands. All right, I think we're gonna go somewhere around there. My precious scraps of paper. All right, I'm gonna put some glue down before this thing gets away from me. And wherever it lands is where it's gonna be. Because I really can't touch it much, and I really can't adjust it much. Especially with glue on my hands. So it kind of doesn't stand out too much. It sticks out a little bit on that side, but that'll be okay. I'm gonna hit it up with the blow dryer real quick, and then I want to put a little bit of silver glitter. Actually, you know what? I might just do that now. I just have to be really careful. I'm gonna put some silver glitter down over it so it's not as flat. You know, focus towards the edges first and see how I like that when it dries. I should stay on it. I really didn't want it that thick. No, When I was a kid, I swear I colored in the lines. All right, let's not put it over the whole thing, even though you have it almost over the whole thing. All right, I am going to dry that. Hopefully it dries a lot clearer than it is right now, and I will be right back. All right, it looks a lot better in camera than it does in real life. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these December Ember Butterfly Freebies from 49 Dragonflies. And I am going to borrow the body. I don't know if I want the body and the wings. I think I just want the body without the arms. Maybe the antennas, we'll see. I wish it looked as good as it does on camera because it does actually look pretty good. But I definitely want it to pop more. And since it is a piece of beautiful napkin, I'm not going to be able to pull it up and have a second chance to do much with that. So we're going to go this route and see what I can do to make it a little more exciting. All right, we'll start with that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if I can cut out. Decisions. I'll be right back. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to take this butterfly stamp that I have and do a little trick. I think I'm going to do it with this shiny teal paint. So basically I'm just using paint to cover over as opposed to ink. I like to do this on my packages sometimes because I have more paint colors than I do. And I forgot, I just wanted to focus on the wing, not the body. So I'm just going to try to push this down, see what happens. That is very interesting. That actually looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to do that one more time. Just brush it right on. Ooh, maybe I won't. Carefully. I didn't think that through. I only have the one side. Well, let's just do it upside down. That's okay. It's still butterfly wings. And you can't see that, so okay. All right, so that is fun. Now his center looks like it's really standing out and not the kind of way I want it to. So maybe we'll give him some of this exciting stuff we used to put between the slats of the boards. Make him a little more exciting. All right, I'm gonna give this a dry and I'll be right back. All right, I like that a lot better. You're probably thinking, what did you do, you fool? I have half a mind to try to do the tips of the wings in black, but I don't know. I have this lovely piece here that's flowers. That could kind of be a border. You can see it better there. I think that could look really good there. And I don't know, I was gonna go for black. I was gonna go for teal. There's a lot of teal in there. I feel like white's gonna be too crazy. So I think I'm just gonna go for it and I'm gonna do teal. I remember teal is on that. So maybe I'll brush it a little with teal, but also a little with black. We're past the point of no return, so we might as well go a little crazy. All right, let's see what that gets us. It's kind of hard to tell. We're going to go in here. Gives it a little pizzazz, not a lot. But also it's kind of dirty and it isn't very nice and you can't tell that it's flowers. So does that count for grunge? I feel like everybody uses grunge for everything now. I don't want to be guilty of that. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. Okay. And I actually probably wouldn't mind some white dots there, but I will think about that. I'm going to dry this and then flip it over, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am definitely not putting white up there because I don't think that would look good for what we got going on. I am going to, however, flip it over and take my black glitter. I'm seriously running out of brushes. And I'm just going to run this haphazardly all along this piece. Kind of helps glue down and make the regular pieces of paper a little more structured too. So it kind of has two little benefits. Because that's grungy and dirty enough for me. I think that the fact that the butterfly is just done and redone over in basically dirt, shine, shimmer, and exposed cardboard. So, all right, let me dry this. I'll be right back. Okay. Now, last but not least, I am going to cut this to shape with the exception of my little wing here, which is going to be so delicate. I left my other one like totally uncut, but I think I have so much going on here. Can I even tell where that is? Can I even tell where to cut? I have so much going on here. I don't think I need the overage, and I'm okay with a clean line and just to let the wings maybe fly off. So I'll cut this as nicely as I can. I'm not known for my good cutting skills. As long as I don't cut that wing off. I definitely should do something about that. Then that way it calls more attention to the butterfly that it's flying off the paper. Now, can I please find the end of my tag? Let's make it up. Somewhere around here, I think. Do not cut that wing, don't you dare. All right, so there you have it. There is our butterfly, Grunge, Teal, Happy Birthday Charlotte tag. I don't have anything on the back. Should I stamp a sentiment? I only have a couple with me here. I have Love is in the Details. I use that a lot. Or I can just use it, keep it plain for now. I can keep it plain for now. Maybe I can just throw a piece of any old ribbon I have lying around through it and then call it a day. So here is the butterfly tag with a piece of paper stuck to it. Happy birthday, Charla.